Hey, Kevin here, and anybody who knows me knows that I've been partnering and collaborating with people for over a decade now. And in fact, I've been so blessed to have met so many amazing people over the years, and who have helped me expand my message and get it out there in a much bigger way. But on the other side, I've been able to help them in a big way too. I've been able to make a lot of valuable introductions over the years, and I can still remember the first one I made about, probably 6, 7 years ago, where I connected these two guys, and they went on to make a ton of money together, make a big impact in this world, all that kind of stuff. And I remember thinking to myself, gosh, it sure would have been nice to have like a little piece of that, but I was like, gosh, how do I make that happen? And how do I, put some intention behind this and do it in a way that just felt right? Because, I started talking with people close to me and it'd be cool to do this, because how do I do this without it being all weird? It was, for me anyways, it kind of felt odd to say, okay, well, here, I'm going to connect you guys. And by the way, you two, here's a contract, because if you guys do something cool together, I want a piece of the revenue y'all create. And that just didn't seem right to me. And so, I've had lots of conversations over the years about this, and we've, finally figured out some of this, because, there is a fine line between, for me, it's always, because, anybody who knows me knows that when I connect somebody, when I make an introduction, it's not because of any money that I stand to gain or any compensation I stand to get from that. It's because I love both the people I'm connecting and introducing. I want the best for both of them, and I know great things are going to come from making that particular introduction. Otherwise, I wouldn't waste my time with it, and I wouldn't waste anybody else's time with it. And so I got this cat that just came in my office here, and I know she's going to get ready to probably jump up on my lap and stuff. And so we'll see. I just didn't want her to claw me and have go But anyway, so where was I? So, getting the heck out of my own way. And trying to figure this thing out in a way that just worked, that was just congruent with who I am, all of that kind of stuff. Man, we've made a ton of progress. And now, so I'll share a specific example. Just recently, in fact, a couple weeks ago, I introduced a couple people, a guy and a gal, who I knew that if these two started working together, it would be big for both of them. And I also, stood to get compensated on one side of this equation. The gentleman, I've referred other business to him, and when I refer a client to him, he compensates me for that. Actually, he compensates me really well. And in this particular case, the girl that I was introducing, I knew she would really benefit from working with him if she were to hire him. And I let her know right up front, before I ever made the introduction, that if she hired him, I would get compensated. She was totally cool with that. And so I made the connection. And then because all three of us are in different parts of the world, I ended up getting on Zoom with them. We used Zoom, and I connected them. I made a personal introduction there, then just let the two of them talk. Actually, I think it was Skype that we did this particular introduction on, not Zoom, but whatever. So anyways, these guys talked and got to know each other and find out what each other was up to. And it's sure enough, just like I thought, yep, they could. It would be a valuable introduction if she were to hire him, and she made the decision to do that. And so the thing is after that, I'm thinking to myself, man, you know what? The real big win on this is on her side of the equation. Because what's going to come from this for her business is going to be so big. And I'm like, man, it would be really nice to have a piece of that. But Kevin, you know what? Man, you can't ask for that. I start going into all this stuff in my head of why you can't do that, why, you can't ask for that. She'd think you were a jerk. You got a 3-year relationship with this gal. I didn't think she'd think I was a jerk. I thought, man, she might think you're an a-hole for asking for that. And you don't want to do that. And you don't want to damage this relationship. So no, that's a pretty big ask in my mind. You better not do that. But you know what I say? But I want to. And so I scheduled a time to talk with her. And that conversation happened yesterday morning. Her and I talked, and once we got the niceties out of the way, I just told her, I said, the reason I wanted to have this conversation with you was because, what you guys are about to do, I mean, this is going to be huge for your business. And she's like, yeah, she goes, Kev, I believe you. Yeah, I feel the same exact way. This is going to be huge. And I was like, okay, yeah. So that being the case, would you be willing to have a conversation around me getting, I'm not going to be greedy or nothing, but just a small percentage of the increase in revenue that comes from this? And then I'm just kind of like, I think my heart really started beating because I'm like, oh, you never made an ask that big before. And I'm thinking like, my God, I was thinking all this stuff, like, what could happen and what might go wrong with this and all this. And she was like, you know what, Kevin? I would be more than happy to have that conversation with you. And let me tell you why. Would you like to know why? I'm like, absolutely, I want to know why. And she goes, because here's the thing, Kevin. You are the trusted source on both sides of this equation, on both sides of this introduction. And she goes, you were the trusted source for him. You're the trusted source for me. And that is something that is so valuable. And I don't want to have you not be in my life. I want you to be thinking of me regularly. I want you to be making more connections for me where you see that it's appropriate and stuff. And she goes, absolutely, you deserve to have that. And so here I am thinking this was such a big thing. And what's funny is I teach my own clients to get out of their own way and make a big ask and that, and yet here I am guilty of just not doing it and not doing it myself, not doing it in my own life. Well, I mean, we did do it, but I just was I had so much tension and anxiety around this. And I'm like, when it all ended, I'm like, wow, look at what came from that. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And by the way, you know what? I mean, because I've been having this ongoing dialogue on Facebook around this whole giving and receiving thing, and I've had it's led to so many one-on-one conversations with people that are great at giving but not so good at receiving. And if that's kind of you too, I mean, I've been dealing with that and for a long time now, and it's an ongoing thing. And if this is something that you're dealing with and you're an entrepreneur who's doing great things, but you know that things could be even better if you could make those asks of people and have that experience like I just had yesterday. And if I can help you in any way by having a conversation around this and maybe restructuring, reframing some of the things around your relationship and maybe giving you a structure to help really be able to tap into your relationships a whole lot more. I mean, I've been more than willing to do that. Just hit me up. Anyways, that's it for today. Great sharing with you. Hope you got a ton of value from this. Bye for now.